Oh yeah, Jay, you see the Rattler and you know where we are.
Must be on the campus of FloridaA&M University for a preview of a fantastic football game. And oh yeah, the homecoming of Tiffany Greene back in her alma mater. Coming up next here on Black College Live right now.
Yeah, this is a Gimme 5 show with Jay Walker and Tiffany. Yeah. You gon' have to give me 5 fingers on it right now. Wait until they see the strength and hear the win. It's Black College Live, I'ma need 5 on it. If they put overtime on it, lights out. You know how I run, this ain't for fun. I been going done, they be still trying to clone it. From FAMU to Grambling, I'm on it. Stand on it, marching 100 how you want it. Before you see me blitz, might see a twist. They think
Yo, yo, yo! Welcome!
Wow!
Welcome!
Wow!
Rattlers! Yes!
FAMU! This what y'all doing, FAMU? Is this what y'all doing here on, I've heard about it from Tiffany so long. We are located filming this show from where?
The highest of 7 hills here in Tallahassee, Florida. Yes!
AKA, this is a set, right?
Yeah,
This
this
is set up in here in
the
about.
Packer Amphitheater making Set Fridays do what it do here from FloridaA&M University.
The set is jumping more than I thought it was. Oh, I give y'all credit. I heard about the set. Yeah, y'all as good as advertised. The set's as good as advertised.
Welcome in to Black College Live. Jay Walker, Tiffany Greene. We are delighted to be here on campus as, hey, we have a huge football game this weekend. Southern coming into town to take on the Rattler football team. Y'all gonna be in the stands, I'm sure. I know. But you know what? This is such a lovely scene.
Yeah.
Jay, I gotta shout you out. I'm feeling this orange. I'm digging it. I am digging this orange. You gotta compliment it though with the green, right? Little orange and green.
Look,
But I like
give a Rattler an inch, y'all won't take a yard. I wore the orange out here to feel home, and thank you for the compliments out there, whatever. So probably one of the few times I get to wear orange, so I like it.
I like it. I like that you like it. Hey, before we get started, we are in a special place. This is a place that I called home for 4 years. So we got to shout out the Royal Court, Miss Aaliyah Everett, Miss FAMU, Mr. Armani Jones, Mr. FAMU. Hey now, and because I served in the Student Government Association, my man Zachary Bell from Duval is in the house as well. And the terrific students that are here, you know, I was the queen of orange and green. And
Orange and green? You were the orange and green queen?
No, the queen of
Orange and green queen.
and green. We were laboring this here because Venom is also in the building. I used to say as Venom for a little bit. And you know what, DJ, you scared? Let's give them a little taste of what Florida is like and the spirit and the energy that Venom brings to a football game each time. Kick up that music right now. Yeah! Hey!
Okay.
Yeah!
All right. Now Venom's one of my favorite mascots. Very active out there, so Venom is one of my favorite mascots. But I'm old school, right? So I remember coming down here when I made all-conference team, and we had a little party that night at a spot called the Moon.
Oh yeah. Okay,
And all I kept hearing at the Moon, DJ Loose Kid, come on. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. All right. Throwback. Good time in Tallahassee. I know who I'm dealing with down here in Tallahassee.
You in Florida now.
Oh, yeah.
You in Florida now. As we jump into our HBCU headlines, I think the team that obviously stands out is Jackson State. They have been in the headlines. They are the top team. They are stealing the show right now with Coach Brown.
Hey, can we say Jackson State too much around here? Because, you know, that's a little sore spot.
I understand.
We give credit where but you got to call it like we see it. And right now, Jackson State is the hottest HBCU in the country. On and off the field, they are the hottest HBCU in the country. They've got the #1 HBCU football team, and similar to what FAMU did about 10, 15 years ago. They brought game day on campus. So shout out to what they're doing there, the spotlight that everybody in HBCU is receiving right now. And I call it like I see it, Jackson State, J-State is at the forefront.
Top 5 in all of FCS football. In fact, number 5 in the coaches poll. Meanwhile, you think about the chances for FAMU. You wore this jacket on Selection Sunday last year when Florida A&M went to the playoffs. Their chances to make it back there again.
Well, it's the same recipe as last year. And I'll be honest, I thought when we saw them in the Orange Blossom Classic, we didn't think the Rattlers would be in the position they are right now, which is if they continue to win, they will make it to the postseason. They will get that playoff invitation. Hats off to the job that Willie Simmons is doing with the Rattler squad, retooling. They've got some star power and they've got some fans. Now, the key is going to be, did the Rattlers learn from last season? Last season, they made it to the playoffs. They need the Rattlers to travel wherever they go to show up in big numbers like we know FAMU can, so they can make it wherever they go, make it like a road trip Jake. Take the Jake on the road with you.
All right, meanwhile, we're referring to the legendary coach here, Jake Gaither. In the SWAC West, Prairie View A&M, an all-important game tonight against Alcorn State. They are in the driver's seat for that SWAC West.
The Wild Wild West. I mean, we don't know what's going on there. 4 teams can win it. A couple teams are eliminating themselves, but that showdown that Prairie View has, that's going to be a big one because Bubba McDowell has them playing really good football, but the moment they get rolling, somebody else knocks them off. So we know we can't call the game there, but we're going to have a prediction on that one.
Wait a minute. Coach Sheff is in the building, but before he comes on, I got to ask this question. How are you feeling right now about your Howard Bison, currently atop of the MEAC standings?
America's Black College is on top of the Midwest Athletic Conference.
Any favor, you forgot
America's Black College, Howard
who
University.
you were dealing with.
I mean, Florida A&M, y'all are in the SWAC now, so Howard's taking care of business. They are trying to do the best job that they can. They're doing a fantastic job up there. We'll see how long it lasts, but I think long time coming. You know, Larry Scott is from Florida, right? So we got some Florida connections there. The Bison 2-0, we'll see how they hold on for the rest of the season.
They take on North Carolina Central. Meanwhile, Coach Sheff is going to make 2 appearances in this show, and you talked about that all-important game between who?
Howard.
Howard and North Carolina Central.
All right,
they're
Coach
playing
Sheff.
the game in North Carolina, right? Howard is 2-0 in conference. North Carolina Central has lost the game already in conference. So that being said, we know you're going to pick to win the game.
Howard is playing good football, but they won't win in North Carolina Central.
Man, get off my show, man. Get out of here, man. No. You gonna have a Howard guy here gonna call that there, man.
He said that was a quick walk-off.
That was a quick
walk-off.
He got kicked off the show. Don't do that. Don't pick against Howard on here.
Coach Sheff going with North Carolina Central. Hey, folks, we have plenty more to come here from Florida A&M University. We already showed you the great student body that we have behind us.
Yeah.
Guess what? We got to talk with some football players as well. How about a special connection between the Bowler brothers? We'll get a feature on them later. And then the X-Man marks the spot. Xavier Smith, the dynamic wide receiver for the Rattlers, will join us next.
1, 2, 3, 4.
From the highest of 7 hills to the world stage, Rattlers are making their mark. Find your passion and make your mark. You can get there from Florida A&M University.
Welcome back to Black College Live. Jay Walker, it's time now for our Cricket Celebration Bowl Power Rankings.
Hey, let's go ahead and do this thing right now. Coming in at number 5, it's Southern University. Off of a lackluster performance against Jackson State, let's see if the Jaguars can rebound as they take on a very talented Florida A&M squad. Dooley, we're looking at you. Number 4, it's Prairie View A&M. Deep in the heart of Texas, they've got a ball squad that's playing really good football right now. A defense that's very stingy and a much improved offensive unit. The Panthers are at number 4. Going back up the chart, it's North Carolina Central. When you all thought the Eagles were done, they keep on winning. Right now they're in 3rd place in my power rankings with a chance to make it to the Cricket Celebration Bowl. At number 2, they just keep on winning. They keep on striking. They do what Rattlers do. Willie Simmons has the FloridaA&M Rattlers playing their best football of the season, but they got a big contest coming up this weekend versus Southern. And the number one team in HBCU football, the number one team in the SWAC, the number one team in the headlines, the hottest institution in America, it's Jackson State University. They got a really good football team as well with some tremendous star power with athletes galore. Not quite making it, but on the bubble, look out. They're in first place in the Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference. This slate for the first time, my alma mater, HU, you know.
Hey now, let's give it up for our Star Watch Player of the Week. Bashal Tootin, the North Carolina A&T running back, was on one. 256 yards, 30 carries, 2 touchdowns. Look, he averaged 8.5 yards per carry in the Aggies' big win for G-Ho, might I add, over Campbell, 45-38.
HBCU football fans, the Cricket Celebration Bowl is back in Atlanta this December 17th. Join the celebration at Mercedes-Benz Stadium as the MEAC champion battles the SWAC champion with the championship trophy on the line. The Coca-Cola fan experience, smooth sounds of iconic marching bands, and championship football. The Cricket Celebration Bowl has it all. A champion will rise in Atlanta. Will you be there to witness it? For more information, visit thecelebrationbowl.com.
Welcome back to Black College Live here on the set at Florida A&M University. Around here, you know we like to pay homage to our legends. Brought to you by NFL Films, let's give it up for Florida A&M legend, well, legendary Bullet Bob Hayes.
When Bob Hayes joined the Cowboys in 1965, he brought with him 2 Olympic gold medals and the title of World's Fastest Man.
Way down for Hayes. Bobby's got it. Touchdown, Bob Hayes.
Hayes proved to be more than a track star, making an immediate impact on the NFL.
He changed the Cowboys in the 60s more than any other player. The Cowboys up to that point had never had a winning season. He came and they never had a losing season.
We had a high-powered offense, and a big reason was because of Bob Hayes.
His 46 receptions for over 1,000 yards led the Cowboys in his rookie season.
Now there's Hayes, and he's got it to the
The ultra-fast, ultra-athletic Hayes struck fear in Cowboys opponents.
Bob Hayes was the first. He was the first guy that was that fast, that talented as far as athletic ability, to really scare you to death. I mean, he scared the opposition to death, I can tell you that.
But I know in Super Bowl V, we were terrified of him for 2 weeks. They had good players all over that team. The guy we were terrified of was Bob Hayes, because we were pretty certain we didn't have anybody that could cover him.
The evolution of the zone defense can be directly attributed to Bullet Bob.
Teams had to defense him because of the speed that he possessed and his ability to run after the catch. You know, they couldn't isolate him one-on-one. Nobody could cover him.
And the pass goes to Hayes, and he's got it to 5, a touchdown for Bobby.
When Bob came into the league, everybody was playing man-to-man. And Bob would just run by people. Then defenses got smart. They started playing the zone defense and trying to contain Bob that way. And heck, he would just outrun the zone. You know, if the quarterback got tired, he would just outrun the zone defense.
He changed the whole league. I thought he changed defenses. You had to account for him, or he was going to beat you. I mean, you make a mistake with Bob Hayes, it's a touchdown. It's not a first down.
Hayes was named first or second team All-NFL 4 times in his career. Over 11 seasons, Hayes amassed 7,414 receiving yards and a Cowboy record 71 receiving touchdowns.
He revolutionized the game of football. Without a doubt in my mind, one of the greatest wide receivers to ever play the game of football.
He changed the game, you know, and I think that's what Hall of Fame players do. There's a lot of great players, but if you have a guy that changes the way people have to play the game, Bob Hayes did that.
Bullet Bob Hayes, a part of those legendary Rattler football teams coached by Jake Gaither. Now we bring you in a new era of Rattler football. Xavier Smith. The X-Man. You've been doing your thing since coming over from Polk County, baby, representing. And Zay, just in terms of your journey from FAMU, from now to then, what has it been like for you to suit up every Saturday in that Rattler uniform?
It's a blessing, man, just playing in front of FAMU fans. You know, I always say this, there's no fans like FAMU fans. It's a blessing. It's just a privilege to be in this orange and green, and I just thank God for everything he blessed me with.
Now, for those who haven't had a chance to watch Xavier Smith, I know many of you all have, obviously. He is a dynamic wide receiver, but an even better person. Great teammate, according to your the teammates on your team, your coach as well. What have you learned in your time here under Coach Willie Simmons and being a part of this great family?
Just learning how to be a man in general, not really more so about being an athlete. Just being a man it's not just what I do on the field, but it has a lot to do with what I do off the field as well. You know, I know a lot of people, they watching and, you know, they look up to me and I may be some type of figure to them. So I just want to be the best person I can be. And Coach Simmons just taught me that, you know, lead the way for the younger guys who coming up behind you. And that's all I wanted to do is just be a great person.
And you were leading the way. You see that? I voted early, showing his right responsibility to vote, and he has done so. Lastly, what makes this FAMU football team so dangerous? Obviously, you all started out this season with a hiccup, but since then, you all have been on a roll. What makes this Rattler football team dangerous?
It's a family. Like, it's a brotherhood. We all play together. We all play for one another, and we gonna do it as a team. So it's no one man bigger than the team, and that's the code that we live by.
All right, Xavier Smith, we appreciate your time. Thank you so much for being here. Hey now. Well, check this out, Zay. I know you know what it's like to have campus life and culture, so I want to shout out right now the hard Alpha Eta chapter of Phi Beta Sigma. You know, they won the step show in last week's homecoming. Oh, whoa. We'll get to see them step when we come back.
This is where the formula ends and the magic begins. We take the mold, shake the mold, and break the mold. From late nights in the gym to later nights in the library, we grind. Because if you think greatness is a game, think again. Here, nothing shines unless we all do. Tiffany, Greene, and Jay. You know what? We talk about Set Fridays. I'm going to give you a little history lesson on when I was a student here. We had a number of modeling troops who used to stroll the set, and then they used to sit and pose for a second too. Yeah, like for hours in the sun. Dedication. But we have some great students behind us, and let me tell you, the fashions that they sport in orange and green and otherwise, quite terrific.
I see a lot of orange and green. I see that in the fact that it's not October, so it's not Halloween. I only think of orange for Halloween But y'all are rocking the fashion down there. Everybody's dressed. That's one thing we love about HBCU culture. Step up your wardrobe game. Your game got to be tight. And this, are those high-heeled green Mary J. Blige boots?
Yes. But you don't see the strapping ankles with the orange and the green bottom. Come on with it. And you know, we got dunks too. You know what I'm saying?
The Nike dunks, yeah, I like that.
Variations that we can
hold on, green leather boots. Those are green leather boots. You got them Gators? Oh, wow, Gators are the reptile family.
There we go, there we go. Jay, there are a number of traditions also here at Florida A&M, and there's a new one that's been created by the students that I absolutely love. It's a game day experience, and I want you to see if you can maybe follow along. DJ Loose Kid, hit me with it now. They know what to do. It's a simple thing. It's simple now. All right, it's all directions. All right, here we go. Right, left, to the right, to the left, and turn. Hey, one more time. Right, left, both, take it down. To the right, to the left. Hey! Jay, what you think about that?
I like traditions. It kind of reminds me of a modern day electric slide. But that's all right. Give it up for y'all. That was tight. That was tight. I'll give it up to you. I'll give it up to you. Right. Left.
See, it's in your head. You can't let it go. I promise you, you'll be humming it tonight and tomorrow throughout the weekend. All right. So as we do always, Jay, you know we got to give it up. It's time for Jay.
Whoa. No. Every week I do Jay's Gimme 5. And every week people around the country criticize me or congratulate me on the list. But we're here, Florida A&M. Tiffany Greene, where'd you go to school?
Florida A&M.
So it's time for Tiffany's Gimme 5.
Hey! You know what? I'm going to tell you, when I was walking cross campus, there was a guy by the name of Dr. Frederick S. Humphreys. He's
Dr. Humphreys, legend.
A giant in education.
My man.
Great Frederick S. Humphreys, and he made FAMU the destination where you wanted to be. So he comes in as number 5.
So for clarity,
on my list.
So your Gimme 5 are the 5 things you must know about Florida A&M.
That's right.
The 5 things you must know.
Must know.
You're gonna leave something out. We're gonna see.
No.
All right.
See,
so we got 5.
You put me on the spot here to be able to do this, so I gotta try to rev it up. All right. So we talked about the set. Now, when I was on campus, the set was a destination that was brick pavement. You walk, nobody could drive through, and it was filled with students and vendors and music. And a guy by the name of Soul Train was your concession stand, and you had the opportunity to pick up your Capri Suns and whatever snacks you want. That's number 4. Number 3, we brag different. Okay, whether it's the president of ABC News, Kim Godwin, the Converse CEO, G. Scott Uzel, Jake Gaither, Bob Hayes, Althea Gibson, Common, the greats, we brag different.
Okay.
Number 2, you heard it earlier, the Marching 100. The
Absolutely.
Marching 100. Started by Dr. Foster, and that tradition continues now with Dr. Shelby Chipman. And number 1, that's easy. The number 1 public HBCU consecutively, might I add, Florida A&M University. And on the bubble, Dr. Humphreys started something called the Rattler Charge. You know, when we end up with the strike again?
Okay.
He's the one who created that. So the Rattler Charge, and then we are the College of Love and Charity. So those are my Gimme 5, and those were on the bubble. What do you think about that list?
Now, normally Gimme 5 takes about a minute and a half.
Well, I had
you
to
just
take
went
my
about
time.
5 minutes, took privilege of that.
Allow me a point of personal privilege. I should have said that at the beginning.
You did a good job, but one, I said, you didn't mention the moon. Moon is near and dear to me. I love,
that's where you spend a lot of
the
time.
one thing I give credit for, y'all got the School of Pharmacy, which is like the best in the country in terms of School of Pharmacy. So I know a little something like that. And then you got a little excited. So all those famous people you mentioned, you didn't mention Will Packer. So I'm going to steal Will Packer.
Come on, I got to give you some. I got to leave some for you.
But you should do the strike. See, don't tease me with the strike. If you're going to do it.
Now, see, I am not well equipped to do that.
I didn't do it, right? So I'm a stranger. So you need to roll with it. I'm going to do it, you're going to do it.
Well,
I'm thinking tall, so I may look like Dr. Humphries anyway.
I will give it a try. All right, y'all just bear with me for a second.
I love it. That's changing in college, but you only do it once.
When the dark clouds gather on the horizon, when thunder and lightning pierce the sky, when fate is but a glare in the eye of a fallen rattler, and hope a lost friend, when the sinew of the chest grows weary from those hard-charging linebackers, and the muscles in the legs grow tired from those hard-charging running backs, you must always remember that the Rattlers will strike and strike and strike again.
I see you, FAMU.
I appreciate that, Jay, for you allowing me to do that. And as we kind of shift our focus back to football, you mentioned some of the great programs here on campus, the School of Journalism and Graphic Communication, Jay School, of which I'm a proud graduate of, celebrating its 40th year of accreditation, the first HBCU to hold that distinction. We have one of their very own, Maya Ellison, introducing us to the Bowler brothers, Kendall and BJ.
So we grew up with an athletic background. We played a lot of sports, from football, baseball, soccer, track. We did it all growing up.
Since they were kids, BJ, Kendall, and their sister Chloe knew that they would bleed orange and green. Their parents, Gyson and Kendra Bowler, graduated from FAMU in 1997 and opened the doors for their children to follow in their footsteps.
They pushed us a lot. They all on top of our grades. I always make sure we, doing treatment, just going in there, just doing the extra stuff. They don't want to see us at the bottom. They want to see us get to that top.
Their dad, Gyson Sr., introduced the boys to football and the stomping grounds to their athletic journey.
Coach, dad, mentor, all of that good stuff. It was just, he was just everything for us.
Getting to play right next to his older brother, Kendall says it pushes him to get the job done on the field.
Yeah, it gives me a lot of confidence. We've been playing since we were little boys together, so just him being next to me, I know he can do his job, so I'm going to do my job, so I just play my part, he play his part, so it just plays out really good.
Kendall is looking to follow in his brother's footsteps. BJ wants his siblings to know to always be original and to be yourself.
Stick with those who stick with you. Don't try to, fake the funk for nobody. What's gonna happen for you in life will happen for you.
For BJ and Kendall Bowler, their kickoff to the Hills started long before hitting the field here at FloridaA&M University. But their Rattler pride brought them back to brag, and you can catch them tomorrow against Southern University, and you don't want to miss it. For Black College Live, I'm Maya Ellison.
1, 2, 3, 4.
From the highest of seven hills to the world stage, Rattlers are making their mark. Find your passion and make your mark. You can get there from FloridaA&M University.
The future starts today. With 34 undergraduate programs and 22 graduate programs, finding your career path is within your reach at Southern University and A&M College. The best way to a successful future is to invest in it through an affordable education at Southern University. Southern University is growing in order to lead you to a bright future. Start your future here at Southern University and A&M College.
Welcome back in. Black College Live. Hey.
It's been exciting.
It has.
Partner, thank you for letting me participate in the official Tiffany Greene homecoming back to the highest of Seven Hills. However, ESPN has me here to do a job. And our job is to call a football game. We're going to have a great football game coming up tomorrow, so we'll see what's up with it. So can we get into some football, please?
We're going to get into some football, but Jay, first, can we get a little love? Can we get a little love to the students once more? Because our friends at Hoodies and Slides, they always like to hook us up, and we like to find the students or fans of the week.
And you've got
and
so
you get
many,
the duty of handing them out.
Because you got so many friends up here, you don't want to make any enemies. So first I'm gonna pay homage. Then let me see them green gators just one more time. Come get this. You want some gear? We're trying to fix some gear right there. Got these gear. And then we have all this green. I know that. I don't know if she's the queen of orange and green or a queen at all, but for the home.
She's Miss
FAMU.
Florida Agricultural and Mechanical University.
Appreciate the hospitality.
Well done, Jay Walker. Well done, Jay Walker. All right, so let's break down the game. Southern versus FAMU. What do you see? What to expect?
This game's going to be exciting. Southern University must win this football game, so they're coming in with a little bit more. FloridaA&M must win this football game as well. What you see from Southern is when they've got their quarterback, B'Shawn McKay, playing his best brand of football, he's a true dual-threat quarterback that can cause fits. Coming off a subpar performance a week ago versus Jackson State, if the Jaguars are going to have a chance, he has to play not good, he has to play great. But when you talk about Florida A&M, Willie Simmons has his team straight balling. The defense is stingy. Isaiah Lamb, one of the best players in the country. Moose is settling down at quarterback, and we know big play Zay must make big plays. That's what you need. That's the recipe. So as much as people want me to predict who I think is going to win the game, that's not my job. So let's go to our weekly segment where we bring in our resident coach/chef to give us some tasties and his game prediction.
Oh, yeah. Now, see
what we got here?
G&G.
G&G.
Appalachian Parkway.
Ooh, hooked it up. Got some oxtail, some jerk chicken, rice and peas, cabbage. Oh, I like this.
I thought you were going to bring me some corn.
I couldn't do it.
You couldn't find the corn? All right, Coach. We set it up for the game. It's Southern coming in to try and beat the Rattlers. Who's going to win the game and why?
There's no way Southern will come here and beat the Rattlers. No way. They're not playing that good. Rattlers don't lose at home.
All right.
Rattlers don't lose at home.
All right, you heard it here.
FAMU.
A special thank you to the interim AD, Michael Smith, the Brothers of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated, all the Greeks and students assembled here. We appreciate you. Thank you so much for tuning in to another edition of Black College Live.
Yeah. This is a Gimme 5 show with Jay Walker and Tiffany. Yeah. You gon' have to give me 5 fingers on it right now. Wait until they see the strength and hear the win. It's Black College Live, I'ma need 5 on it. If they put overtime on it, lights out. You know how I run, this ain't for fun. I been going done, they be still trying to clone it. From FAMU to Grambling, I'm on it.